necessarily just for husbands and wives. What he taught today was game changing for me in my business, because I would butt heads a lot with my staff. And I'm a visionary, I'm ready to move forward. I have a little bit of all those traits on the inside of me, but when it comes to my business, I don't play. So I was butting heads with those who said, well, why you talk to me like that, Ms. Dickerson? And I'm thinking to myself, I'm just stating what needs to be done and what needs to happen. But what had to change in my business was I needed a go-between person. Those that work up close with me, they gotta have tough skin and be willing to take it like it is, because I'm not trying to think of ways to clean it up and make it pretty. I want this classroom clean, and I want it clean the way I say clean it. So the person has to be able to take that from me. You know, and then you got some people look at me like, I know she ain't just saying to me, I'm a grown woman just like she grown, but as long as you want my payroll, you gonna work the way I say work. Can I get an amen on that? That's good or something. So it takes a special person to be able to do that, to be able to work alongside me. And when I knew my personality, then I made my husband the in-between person. A lot of times I had to send a word by him. Hey, that classroom was not appropriate. Could you let them know? Because I know that person's personality. Off the cuff, I already know who they are. I already know what they can handle. I know not to go in myself, especially because you want to keep your staff retention. So I knew exactly to send Mr. Dickerson. He has that friendship personality. He can go in and say it to them and get it done. And then there are times where you want to have that stern personality, whether they like it or not, so that they'll understand the level of respect that your position requires. And so that's why I love Mr. Dickerson. I always want him to teach that, because until I knew that was what I was missing, because I went through a lot of staff. I went through like 50 plus staff members in 1 year. That's a lot. Because of my personality. You're going to do it my way or go, because, see, you wasn't there when we were painting chairs to get licensed. You wasn't there when I had to set up this classroom by myself. I'm making a way for you to live, so you're going to have to do it my way. And so, you know, having Mr. Dickerson with that part, he teaches that in our orientation as well. And so I get a chance to find out what are their staff values. Most successful companies hire people based on the value system. A lot of people, you know, some people are hired based on who you know, but a very corporate successful business, they hire based on the value system. They hire people that value the same. So to work for Walmart in high up positions, you got to value what? Customer service. And so to work for Akiva Academy, you got to value customer service. You got to value getting the job done, because that's my value system. So I hire people that believe as I do, and that's what makes the job much easier. Y'all got that? Well, tell me it was good. Huh? Ooh, that's good. Okay, so
do you allow in-between questions, or do you like to wait till after?
I'm going to do a Q&A time. But I do like you to talk back to me like, yeah, that's right, that's good. Yeah. So Mr. Dickerson, he was so good. Thank you so much, Mr. Dickerson. Can I call you honey? Thank you, honey. That was really good. And one of the things that I wrote down from his session that I wanted to make sure that I reiterated was for the wives. This is my business. This is my daycare. This is my child care business. We got to get rid of the my. Once we get rid of the my and include the spouse or the partners in it, because, you know, like Tiffany and I, Ms. Moore and I, my staff and I, we say this is our academy. My staff, I include them, this is ours, because I have to make it personal. I got to make it to be where if you're going to take care of your house, why don't you take care of Akiva? And so when you begin to make your business a part of the team, then they will begin to appreciate it more. But then there's the side of the story that we're going to talk about today for the management piece for staff who do not appreciate what they have at home, so you know they're not going to be able to appreciate what you have in your business. So we're going to talk about that mindset and how to deal with that too. All right? So then One more thing Mr. Dickerson said, and I want to reiterate. Someone has to take charge. Those forms that I created for the partnership, he didn't think of that, I did. I was like, somebody got to take charge. Somebody got to want this to happen. Somebody got to want to keep it, as a unified unity, And so we sat down and I said, okay, look, let's handle business when we're having business, and then let's have our relationship, because we work together all day long in every business. He doesn't do like, when he's out on the football field, more than likely I'm on my way. Unless I got something going on at the center. So we're working together all the time. But somebody has to be willing to do the take charge position. Okay? So sometimes we as wives, we sit back and we're acquainted with, just according to your generation too, we're acquainted with, our husbands taking charge. Well, it needed to get fixed. I know you walked past the leaking ceiling, you know it needed to get fixed. No, sometimes you gotta hold them accountable and say, hey, we need to get this done by. Okay? So what happens is, Mr. Dickerson and I, hey, instead of us ruining our relationship, let's just hold each other accountable. So during our meeting, we talk about what needs to get done, when it needs to get done, and holding yourself accountable. Because then you can't blame me.
Right.
Then you can't say you never told me. Then you can't say I didn't know. Because we communicated, we following our system and our formula. One time we were trying to get on the right track, and I went to talk about the garage need to get clean, and then that just took the whole business conversation all off to left field. So I had to stick to the formula. So when I learned how to stick to the formula, it kept me more focused. It kept him more focused, and then we got to the logistics of what needed to get done in the business. And so I put in this formula for you guys what you need to make sure that you discuss, because those are the most important areas of your business. All right? So great. Now let me let you guys know where you are in your I know we've been here for a while, but you are in the section of what's the big idea? We already talked about what's the big idea. All right? And I give you all a system in your workbook. I give you all a system to, where are you at in which book? I'm sorry. You got 2 workbooks for partnership planning. Some of them don't have it. Okay. That's okay. You can reprint. Your blueprint on the table, that can help guide you as well. So we're about to move into the segment of mindset. And we're going to talk about the next part, which is called, if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. So we're going to move into that section. We all on one accord? I just want to make sure y'all on one accord. So why is coaching so important to your next level? Why is it that showing up to events like this on a consistent basis is important to your next level? Why is it that having access to someone to help you go to your next level is so important? It's important because it requires you to push yourself to achieve your optimal performance. See, some of us haven't been pushed beyond where we are. You've achieved some level of success, and then you can get comfortable with that level of success. But you've got to push to the next level. You've got to push yourself until you get to the point where it has materialized. See, coaching provides you with support. Because some of you in this room are at your wit's end. You don't even know if you should continue on in the child care industry. You don't even know how to admit that when you're wrong and that you need somebody to help you get it right. You got to get to that point. See, my coaching style is where I teach you how to be authentic to who you are. I got some clients that try to duplicate what I do, but it's not going to work for you if you try to duplicate my words exactly. But see, I want to coach you where you can be authentic to who you are. I want you to be able to add all of who you are into your business. See, when you realize that you need to accomplish more, you will show up. Nobody will have to tell you it's 9 o'clock, show up. When you realize that it's time for you to accomplish more, you will show up. You will make a decision. You do not know how many inboxes I got asking, when am I coming to their city? No, when you realize that you want to accomplish more, you will come to where I am. Because then you'll realize that it's time to do what? Show up. See, that's just an excuse. It's time to get rid of excuses today. You've given yourself every excuse for not showing up, for not meeting the mark, for not being accountable. It's time to get rid of excuses. Because excuses will hold you back. Excuses will have you looking at everybody else superseding except for you, and God gave you the vision first. See, but you got to be willing to work harder, stay focused until you achieve your next level. So you got to want this next level more than anything. You got to want to succeed. You need new information. When was the last time you invested in yourself? Not your hair, not your clothes, but wisdom, knowledge. When was the last time you did that? You need a new outlook on what's possible in the child care industry. What's possible for your enrollment. You need to see yourself, see your business full with children every day. It's possible. Most importantly, are you willing to stay focused? So like Mr. Dickerson said, your why. Are you willing to wake up early and go to bed late? Are you willing to plan out your day before you get started? See, our parents taught us to take our clothes out the night before. Are you still doing that? Are you preparing yourself for your business day? Did you look at your numbers before you went home and decided what you needed to do the next business day, so when you go in, you're on ready and not getting ready? We got to move from getting ready. I'm getting ready to open up. I'm getting ready to do this. I'm getting ready to take my business to the next level. No, you got to be ready and be doing it. So why do you work with the children, work with the parents? Why do you stay up creating lesson plans and reviewing these things and making sure that your staff have them in place? And why do you take the financial hit in your business? Why do we do that? Why do you let kids come for free? Why? Why do you let parents just slide and not pay you your late fees? If they didn't pay you on time, what are they supposed to pay? Late fees. So why do you hurt yourself? So why do you work endlessly with the staff who you've been trying to tell to do the same thing over and over and over again, and it's not getting anywhere? Why do you keep yourself going through that? Why? Let me tell you why. Because you've lost focus. When you lose focus on what's important to you, on where you're going, you start letting everything leech onto you that has nothing to do with where you're going. Sometimes you got to be able to shake it off. Shake off that dead weight. The parents that's not paying you, that's dead. Shake off that dead staff employee. She don't want to show up on time anyway. It's dead. Some of you, your business has outgrown you. I'm going to be honest with you today. You haven't self-developed. You took the classes to get open, but you haven't self-developed so that you can go to the next level. So your business has outgrown you. So now it's stale. You do know your business can go through that season where it becomes stale. You lose your own motivation to get up and go to work. If you find yourself saying, oh, I gotta go to this daycare today, work with these people, that means it's becoming stale. That means you lost your fire. Don't lose your fire. Keep your fire burning by keeping your vision in front of you, by staying focused on the goal. See, goals are not achieved just because you want it to be achieved. Goals are achieved when you study how to make it happen. You got to study to show yourself approved. You got to figure out, okay, now this is what I want to accomplish. Who's going to help me to accomplish this? How long will it take me to accomplish this? What do I need to do to accomplish this? I will have this accomplished by. And then when you don't have what you need accomplished by that time period, then you got to hold yourself accountable. So I told you earlier today that achieving your goals is not necessarily about the money, it's about the effort. When are you going to really put the effort in to having the child care business of your dream, to living the life of your dreams? See, that's a lifestyle that comes along with having a successful child care business. See, when you're managing multiple sites, you need someone helping you at home. You need you a maid, if not a cook, if not both. Because if you're really going to take 2 successful child care locations to the next level, that needs to be your focus. When you have 2 locations and you have multiple things going on, you need nannies. You need to have someone like an assistant, not working in your business, just assisting you with your life. See, I'm talking about the level that it takes for you to get to where you're going. It's going to require you to do what? Make some changes, make some sacrifices. A lot of you are in it because of your mortgage and your financial responsibility. You signed this note, you got to stay committed because you've committed to yourself on the dotted line. So today I want you to ask you, is it really worth it? Do you really love what you do? Because if you don't love what you do, let's get an exit strategy so that you can move into what you really love to do. See, because when you don't do that and when you don't move quickly into growing your business, things get cloudy. You don't know who's in it, your enrollment that day. You're trying to figure out whose child is this? Well, things are getting cloudy because you're not keeping up with your enrollment, you're not keeping up with your numbers, you're not talking to your families, you're not seen, you're not present, you don't show up. Profits begin to dwindle. I got focused in my business. And I wanted to collect $8,000 one week. So I got focused. And so when I got focused, I made my team focus. I held them accountable for $8,000. That was a little goal. $8,000, I held them accountable for that. And then I texted my director, I said, if you put your mind to it, you can do it. When she accomplished it, she didn't, do it easily. She had to have my persuasion, but it got done. And so then I patted her on the back and I said, see, you don't know what you can do, but you got to put your mind to it so you can see what you can do. So what can you put your mind to see if you can do it? What can you just try and see it? Just let me try this and see if I can do it. Just let me just try. Just trying sometimes to help you get to the point where it's done when you just try. See, a lot of us deal with, okay, this is good. A lot of us say, well, I collected, let me do a goal, $15,000 this week. I collected $15,000. Now somebody owes you $25,000, but you collected 15. It covered the bills. Well, what about the other 10? So you got to get from that, oh, it's good point. No, good isn't good until you got all 25 of your $1,000 in your bank account. Because it can be better than good is not what? Good enough. You got to become more passionate about your business, about your destiny, about your purpose, and about your money. You got to become more passionate about it. Because money loves attention. And wherever there is order, there is increase. You see where you're not having increase in your business, check your order. Is things out of order? See, there's a purpose for you being in the child care field. There's a reason why you had the idea to work with children. But I want you to get real clear about it today. So the way you get clear about where you're going, how to get there is through vision boards. I do vision boards in my business. I do vision boards for my brand. I do vision boards for my fashion. I do vision boards for my center, the equipment I want in my center. I even got vision boards for interviews. I have interview vision boards somewhere. I want somebody to come in and interview me about my business. I put up a poster or a picture of someone sitting there, and I take this fake body, put my face on the body, and I'm sitting at this desk, and this guy is interviewing me. So it's gonna happen. I talk about what I want my brand to look like. Before I birthed out anything, I visualized it. I planned it on a vision board. So I have my vision board in my office. And then I also have my goal cards in my bathroom, on my mirror. So when I'm curling my hair, I'm looking at it. So I said, okay, I want to increase my money at Akiva. So I found these photos of parents in line. One lady had a baby on the hip, and one guy had on a business suit, and they were in line. So I took a picture of my front desk, and I put the picture of the parents lined up, facing my front desk, and I put money, a stack of money on the front desk with the parents in front of the money. So I look at it, and so when I did my numbers, because I said I want to make X amount of dollars a week. So when I did my numbers, I was like, I got to take that down because I've already did that. I did what I wanted in 1 week and 1 day. So now I got to take that down. So you got to begin to get serious about what you want through planning it out. So you got to see it happen. How do I know? Let's talk about some people other than me. So let's go to Oprah.com. You can do that on your phone if you like. Oprah had did this session on The Secret. You guys know about The Secret, right? Well, I'm going to read this to you. Nancy says her vision boards keep her goals constantly in her mind. It's kind of a visual or verbal articulation of my goals. I can remind myself, you need to take action if you want these goals to show up. It's not a magic trick. It's about you being the person who's motivated to make stuff show up. So I have this television set, and I took a picture of me working with my staff in my daycare. So I got the television set, and I took a picture of me working with my staff, and I said that I would have me a reality show. Guess who's gonna have a reality show? Because why? I visualize it. I put my goals up before me, and I look at it. Lois says a vision board can be a very effective tool. It helps you focus on your thinking on what you want. So many times we block what we want because of the words we say. Well, I don't know if this can work anymore. I don't know if this can, you don't believe in your dreams, so you start saying things opposite of what you want. These staff members don't never do what I tell them to do. Every time I come into my center, it's in a disarray. I I don't know what to do to keep my enrollment full. If you don't know what to do, what's gonna happen? You said it, you ain't gonna know what to do, or you're not gonna know what to do. Martha says she sees 2 reasons the vision board works. One is something called selective attention. If you repeat the word blue, 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 you start looking around the room, and what do you see? Blue. So if you start repeating to yourself, full enrollment, better staff, money coming in, partnership together, contract signed, deals being made, what do you start seeing? Money, contract signed, big deals being made, the right people being in your pathway to make it happen for you. Because see, I believe that there's always been somebody raised up to use their powers, their abilities, and their influence to bless me. See, I believe that, and so I confess it. But then you got to act on opportunities. So I've been telling my husband, I said, you know, honey, I want us to get a contract with the hospital so we can start our employer-based child care services with the hospital. So guess what happens? My husband goes to a meeting, and I had to learn how to let him go to meetings. Because I used to be like, why are you in those meetings? They're not making no money. You need to get out those meetings. I'm so glad I had him go this night, so he texted me, he said, I just made a really big connection. And I was like, what? So he says to me, what was it, honey?
And one of the ladies that was there at the event, she's been watching us, what we've been doing in the community, and she works for the hospital. So she gave me the connection to the HR development person in the hospital to where we could get into. And then she just threw out the idea. We have a lot of staff here, a lot of employees that work at night, overnight. We would love to have an on-site child care provider. So that's why she's been watching us, what our brand, what we do, and that's how the connection is.
So what did I do? I got some wisdom and knowledge and understanding. I found me some books on employer-based child care services. Why? Because I want to know what they're dealing with so that I can offer them a solution. One of the things I realized that they want to make is what? Profits. They want people that'll show up on time. They want to have a consistency in their nurses. So I approached them with that. How would you like to save time and money by having a reliable child care service? So what did I do? I searched out the answer, because that was my goal. It wasn't just on my dream board to be on there. I had to really study it, search it out, find the truth of the matter. I didn't know who to talk to, but see, I'm so crazy. I went to the hospital and I just started reading things on the wall, seeing who was the president of this and who has done this and all of the people who have worked for the hospital before. And I started talking to my parents about, what kind of programs do you all have? I started investigating it. So then, because I'm a child of God, I start walking on the ground claiming it for mine anyway.
Ooh, that's good.
Ooh, that's good. Because why? What you look for, you will find. See, Martha says it's a part of quantum physics. We know now, scientifically, that consciousness brings matter into being where there is energy. So it's not even necessarily that it draws it towards you. The conclusion is you're literally creating some of this stuff. You're literally creating the life you live right now. You created that. So if it's anything about your life that you're not happy with, look at yourself. Look at the words you said. Look at the processes, the steps you've made. Because you didn't get here overnight. Your business did not go down overnight. You just kept tucking it under. Kept tucking it under. you 1 year. I was, woo, that's awesome. But I know you had to work hard for that. See, Cheryl says the vision board's power also comes from the simple fact that it allows people time to focus on and do something about their lives. Turn to your neighbor and say, do something.
Do something.
People say to me, oh, I don't know about this law of attraction. I don't know if it really works. I say to them, so what have you done lately to test it, to see if? See, successful people, they write their goals down every day. Because when you write your goals down every day, then you can hold yourself accountable. So that's why I included in your Design Your Life kit a to-do list. Because I want you to write it down this time. I don't want it to just be in your mind anymore. I want it to be on paper. Because the spiritual side says what is written is what matters. The spiritual side says write the vision and make it plain. So you write your goals down every single day, and you will be so astonished at how fast they come to pass. So my friend of mine, she wanted to fill up her child care, so we coached and we talked. And what she did was she got 6 baby dolls. Her center was down to 0. Now, she's someone that has kept kids forever, but there was a change in the market. If you all haven't noticed that, you know, people just don't find you anymore. You got to have a marketing message now. So the change in the market happened, and when the change in the market happened, she went down to no kids. So what we did was we had to get in faith. We had to get her in faith. We had to get her to write her vision. So she put the 6 dolls around the table. And she gave them worksheets as if she was serving children. Don't laugh, because there's something powerful in this. Because once she began to do that, in less than 30 days, all 6 slots was full. But you won't know. You won't know unless you try it for yourself. See, y'all, we looking at it, we think it's spooky or we think it don't work. But yes, it does. Try it for yourself. I wrote myself into my lifestyle. I dreamed about it, I write about it, I talk about it, and so now I live it. In less than 4 years, I went from sleeping on the floor in a 2-bedroom house. Come on. You can do it. And if you don't, let me know how that's working for you. So let's get clear on your big idea. The secret to moving forward in your business is when you make a decision. Get out of the valley of indecision. Some of you all stay in the valley of indecision. Well, I don't have enough of this, and I don't have enough of that, and I don't know this, and I don't know that. It's not about what you know and what you don't know. It's about your action. It's about your ability to make a decision. There's greatness on the inside of you. The solution to bringing out your greatness is to move in that direction. That big goal, that big dream you have, move in that direction. So how do you move in that direction? With deadlines. So I want you to take out that big dream, that if money wasn't an option, and put your deadline date on it. Let's go. Put your deadline date on that big dream. While you're writing, without deadlines and accountabilities, your dreams remain an idea and never come into fruition. Planning. See, it doesn't cost you anything to plan. All it costs you is what? Effort. So plan your strategy for what you want to achieve. If you can't achieve what you want without money, you need to plan your way into money. So I created a plan. I was in a 2-bedroom house and I wanted to get out of that 2-bedroom house. So I started keeping kids in my nanny agency. When I started keeping kids in my nanny agency, then that's when the money came forward for me to expand and go to the next level. Because if I would have stayed in that house, waiting on somebody to give it to me, that it's gonna happen, when you make that, when you say in the atmosphere that it's gonna happen, things begin to show up. So let's try it. Look at your big goal. Now say to it, it's gonna happen. So you didn't even say it like you believe it. One more time. It's gonna happen. I talked about I was gonna get married so much. People thought I was already married. But I knew he was on the way. So I took action. I kept myself pretty every single day. I kept myself together and available. How you gonna get mad if you don't go on no date? And he showed up, and we went on a date. And now the rest is history. That's about you preparing for what you want. You want to take your business to the next level, but you won't take yourself to the next level. It's some things you got to do with you first. When I first got old enough, I'm going to be real transparent. Y'all see them pretty teeth in the front? They used to be all golds. I know. Ooh, don't let me lose. I'm not going to lose. I'm going to help somebody. But to become America's #1 child care success coach, you think you'll be listening to me right now? Not at all.
Not at all.
So what did I do? I had to do some change on Andrea to get to where I wanted to be. But then what if I would have thought of myself from where I was? If I would have stayed stuck in that same mindset that caused me to get them ugly things, I wouldn't be the way I am. So y'all, I'm a realist. I didn't get to where I am because somebody gave me a loan. I got to where I am because I learned how to take care of kids and do it well and become the very best at it. Then I learned how to run a business like a business and not as if he was my friend. I don't need friends right now. I got a vision and a goal and a dream. And if you're my family, I only got 10 spots in my business for family. After those 10 spots are full, you got to pay full price if you coming. If not, there's somebody down the street. Thank you. That's good.
That's real good.
That's real good.
I like that.
I'll leave it up to you.
What happened?
I'll have to.
So you got to run your business as a business. Start planning for what you want to prepare yourself. It don't cost anything to plan. Just cost you some effort and some energy. See, that's why I have it in my book. That's why I talk about how me and my husband was working by the street lights when it came to installing the playground equipment. We didn't have a big budget. My playground equipment budget was eaten up in the fire extinguisher. So I still had to get licensed. So I had to get the fire extinguisher and I had to get the playground set. So at night there was this street light. We worked outside in the street lights at night. People laughed at us. People would literally ride by and blow the horn instead of stopping to see if we need help. They would blow the horn while they saw us out there bringing the wheelbarrow full of mulch. But guess who's laughing now? All the way to the back. See, that's why you want to have my story. Because it's a consistent hope of what's possible. When you walk through the house and you start doubting your dream and you look at that book, you'll remember my story on how you can start from nothing and turn it into something. So that's why you got to have that vision board. You got to have success props around you. You got to have things that prop you, that kick you back in the gear. See, you'll discover more of who you need to be when it comes to running a business. See, maybe it's just your confidence level. Maybe you've been discouraged or disappointed and haven't really seen success in the place that you are right now. Maybe you just haven't really seen success. But it's happening around you day. But because you're looking for it to be this big, huge success, you don't even celebrate the little things. See, I celebrate my husband in the little things that he do. Honey, I look to you for wisdom because I know if you talk to me about it, I can see it from a different perspective. It's the little things. No, he can't handle nothing. I wish he could. But he can't. But at the end of the day, I'd rather have his wisdom than him putting a nail in the wall. Thank you. So what is it about you that you're overlooking that's so much greater than what you really allow it to be in your life? What is it about you that you're overlooking? Don't overlook your style. Don't overlook your standard. Don't overlook your dreams. Don't overlook your goals. Because in your standard is your level of success. See, when everybody else wanted me to play small, I was thinking big. When everybody was saying, Andrea, you always on the go. Why don't you slow down some? Slow down? I'm about to get to where I'm going. You just don't know it.
Can't go to sleep.
Because see, they was okay with me being in the house. And I'm not saying the house is not okay for you. I'm just talking about my vision. See, they were okay with the house. Because I was doing just enough for them to feel like they still one step ahead of me. So they didn't want me out of the house. Some people around you want you to do just enough. All right, now, but I'm going to let you do this. Now, that's enough now. No, it's not enough. It's not enough. Can somebody trust you with this big goal and big vision? See, you got to be found accountable over the little things. How is it you're going to be accountable over multiple locations when you're not accountable over one? What results are you giving currently in your business to make people want to do more with you? What results are you offering now? The hospital is not just going to do business with me because I'm a child care business owner. I got to be able to show some results. So the lady with the network for the, what we doing, honey? I'm doing so much. Your reality show. She texted me at 11:45 at night. She said she needed some footage to show the network on how I move, how I do things, so that's why we're taping today too. So I tell her, no, so that was 11:45. I was asleep, but my morning started at 3 a.m. So I sent her a text and I said, great, I'll have it to you in the morning, no problem. So we get on Skype and we do our Skype meeting. And she says to me, were you up that time of morning? I said, yes. She says, that shows dedication, Andrea. I said, well, that's what successful people do. So what made me the prime candidate for the reality show is what? I wasn't getting ready. She found me ready. She found me doing what I always do in my business to be successful. That's good. What am I going to find you doing? So if I come into your office, just say for instance, it's a live coaching session with Ms. Dickerson. I'm coming to your business. I open the door, close your eyes. I ring the doorbell. Ring, ring. Oh, hi. Hi, it's Ms. Dickerson. How are you? Will you be shocked to see me? Or are you ready for your next level?
Oh.
Will you have to move boxes and paper out the way for me to sit down and get into your office? Or will it be organized? Wait. Or will it be organized if I can just take a seat? If I say, okay, well, pull your report for me for how many children you have present, can you pull a report for me? So you got to get the right look for success because you are who you attract. You want professionals that look like one.
You are your brand.
You are your friend.
Brand.
Brand, yes, okay. You are your brand. When people see you, they know what they're encountering based on the way you look. So you want your child care business to create more money? I told one of my coaching clients, look, how much money do you want to make a week in your business? Let's just say a number. Say she wanted to make $8,000 a week. Well, if you want to make $8,000 a week, you'd have to have an office that looked like it can generate what? $8,000. See, no, we overlooking this. Some of you, if I tell you right now that, you know what, the school, if my assistant just texts me right now and said the hospital is sending over the contract, you need to have the right tools to receive the contract. Your fax machine needs to be working appropriately. You need to know how to work the fax machine. You need to be current, up to date on what standards it takes to be able to do business in this new economy. Nowadays, you don't have to meet nobody. Do you have a Skype? She didn't have to tell me, well, create a Skype and I'll Skype you. She said, what's your Skype? Boom, here it is. Do you have business tools? Do you have the tools that it takes to really make money on the go? Are you afraid of a smartphone? Don't be afraid, because it's not going nowhere. Well, all I do is text from my phone. Then you need to take more classes on using the cell phone, because there's so much more you can do in your business. Do you have your camera system on your phone? Can you watch your business on the go? Because see, some of you won't leave your one location because you're scared the staff not going to do what they're supposed to do. Overcome fear with getting you a system. Get your camera system on your phone. Do you have 2 locations and you're worried about what's going on at the first location? Then you need a business phone system. The business phone system will have, you can set it up where all your calls come into one location and you have somebody route your calls. See, I'm talking about overcoming fear with the right tools, with the right systems. I told you earlier, you got to think systematically. So, I'll talk to you today about your vision board, because I really want you to accomplish what you want on that big goal and that big dream. And then I told you to put a deadline on it. That deadline can be accomplished. It really don't take a lot of effort. So if you want a child care location, when was the last time you went looking for locations? That's good.
That's really good.
If you want to do business with corporations, when was the last time you went to a corporation and introduced yourself? So you got to know and understand where you're going. So ask yourself, what do I do to achieve my big goals and my big dreams? If I tell you right now, give me your list of your goals, can you give them to me? See, every successful person makes goals at least for a year. You should test yourself. You should push yourself to accomplish at least 100 new and exciting things a year. See, you want this, but do you really want it? And then you ask yourself, how can I make this happen? Some people didn't show up today because of issues. But you showed up, and some of you all had a struggle. So I'm pretty sure the thing you had to ask yourself was, how can I make this happen? Same thing with your goals and your dreams. How can I make this what? Happen. Look at that big goal and that big dream. In your mind, ask yourself, how can I make this happen? Because he will only do according to what's on the inside of you. And I'm talking about God. So what are you putting on the inside of you to really take your business to the next level? Sometimes it's not what you know, but who you know. What type of networks and connections are you trying to make to get to where you're going? mentor help you get there. So I'm gonna give you guys a live session today. I'm gonna let you see me coaching somebody. Y'all wanna take a break? Okay. It's lunchtime, but dang, I'm just ready to just keep going in. Okay. We right on time? Okay, well everybody, all right, okay. It's 4 o'clock? Okay, y'all can go get ready. Let's go get ready to go get something to eat. Okay, wait a minute. Tiffany, you got their homework assignment? For the, yes, it's in your Design Your Life book.
In the folder,
In the folder.
on the right-hand side, the worksheet.
All right, so you're gonna go to lunch. Tell them where they can go.
There's a Chick-fil-A directly across the street, and it's the closest, unless you want to lose your parking, which I know you don't want to. And then 2 blocks up, the girl said there's a Chinese restaurant.
Okay, so now this form, I want you to complete it, because when you come back, there's going to be a number under your seat. So I don't have to worry about nobody standing up and saying I'll do it. So you're gonna have a number under your seat, and we're gonna pick a number from the box and then pull you up to the stage.
There's a slight correction on the food. You actually have a little bit more choices than that. For those of you that are out of town, if you walk, like she said, 2 blocks for the Chinese, if you make a right, there's the CNN Center. If you enter into the CNN Center, there is a plethora of food restaurants, including another Chick-fil-A, Great Wraps, and etc. Right across from Centennial. But you're gonna also mix in with the Outcast crowd, they're here for the concert, so it was okay. Thank you.
Okay, listen, you guys, do your assignment, come back, you're gonna have a number under your seat. I think I'm gonna call you personally though. You. What's his name? Reggie. All right, you guys, go ahead. You only got 45 minutes. What time is it?
Please, get back by 4:15. 4:15.